and next year I will run to whatever store has them. Anybody who wants to send me arcs of these, like if you're watching, I'm here. Hello, shoddy baes. Hello, besties. It is I, Larissa. For those of you who don't know, nice to meet you. I'm Larissa. For those of you who know, hello. So, 2021 is coming to an end, correct? Correct, yes. I figured I would tell you romance books that are coming out in 2022 that I am the most excited to read. Let's do this.
I forgot to mention that before I go into the books I'm excited to read, I'm going to show you two that you should add to your TBR because I've already read them and they come out next year. Forgot to mention that. I just went right into it like a fool.
First and foremost, Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover, of fucking course. This book comes out January 18th and it is everything. It is comforting. It is a sad, emotional story in a way that only Colleen knows how to do. I don't want to tell you too much about this one because obviously I'm not going to spoil anything for you. But basically this book follows Kenna Rowan and Ledger Ward, and it is dual POV in case you're wondering. So Kenna has served 5 years in prison for a tragic mistake, and she comes out and wants to get to know her 4-year-old daughter. However, everybody in her daughter's life wants to shut her out of it, except for Ledger Ward. That's all I'm going to tell you, yeah. The style of this book definitely reminded me of an All Your Perfects Colleen Hoover vibe, instead of like an Ugly Love It Ends With Us Colleen Hoover vibe. It is more of just an emotional story rather than, oh my god, what just happened kind of thing. It gives you that small town feeling. If you watched Virgin River, that's how I felt reading this book, but make it more emotional, of course. This book has some of my favorite quotes in it as well. Yeah, I can't wait for you all to read this one. So definitely add this to your TBR. Next up has to be Hook, Line, and Sinker, Tessa Bailey. So Hook, Line, and Sinker is the second book to the Bellinger Sisters series, which It Happened One Summer is the first one. So definitely read this one before you pick this one up. So It Happened One Summer follows Piper and Brandon, right? And Piper is this socialite that moves to the small town and meets Brandon, who is this grumpy fisherman. Picture Schitt's Creek. That's the vibes this gives. It actually was inspired by Alexis from Schitt's Creek. So assignment was understood by Tessa Bailey. Anyway, so in this book, you meet Hannah, who is Piper's sister, and you fall in love with her. And then you meet Fox, who is Brandon's best friend. Fall in love with him as well. Enter Hook, Line, and Sinker. Yep, it is Fox and Hannah's story. And in It Happened One Summer, they were set up so well that you get so excited to read about their love story. And Hook, Line, and Sinker delivers. Like, as much as I loved It Happened One Summer, Hook, Line, and Sinker was better. A million times better somehow, even though I loved this book. It was just so well done. It is a friends to lovers, which is my favorite trope. It has forced proximity. It has that like player changing for the girl type of vibe. Girl next door. Everything about this was amazing. I had zero complaints. Definitely add it to your TBR. It comes out March 22 of 2022. Yeah. So that's it for the books that I already own. Now here are the books that I am excited to get my hands on, and next year I will run to whatever store has them. Ready? First has to be Book Lovers by Emily Henry. 100,000%. This book literally follows two rival bookish people. Are you joking? Let me read you the blurb of Book Lovers. Ready? One summer, two rivals, a plot twist they didn't see coming. Nora Stevens' life is books. She's read them all, and she is not that type of heroine. Not the plucky one, not the laid-back dream girl, and especially not the sweetheart. In fact, the only people Nora is a heroine for are her clients, for whom she lands enormous deals as a cutthroat literary agent, and her beloved little sister Libby, which is why she agrees to go to Sunshine Falls, North Carolina for the month of August, when Libby begs for a sister's trip away, with visions of a small-town transformation for Nora, who she's convinced needs to become the heroine in her own story. But instead of picnics in meadows or run-ins with a handsome country doctor or bulging four-armed bartenders, Nora keeps bumping into Charlie Lastra, a bookish, brooding editor from back in the city. It would be a meet-cute if not for the fact they've met many times, and it's never been cute. If Nora knows she's not an ideal heroine, Charlie knows he's nobody's hero. But as they're thrown together again and again in a series of coincidences no editor worth their salt would allow, what they discover might just unravel the carefully crafted stories they've written about themselves. So it is actually a book about book lovers, because she is a literary agent and he is an editor and they are rivals. Are you joking? Yes, and Emily Henry does no wrong, as you all know, hence beach read and people we meet on vacation. So yes, that is number one. So excited. definitely add this to your TBR. I guarantee it's going to be amazing. I already know I'm going to rate it 5 stars. Next up has to be Twisted Hate by Anna Huang and Twisted Lies by Anna Huang, because it is the last 2 books in the Twisted series. Now, I have read Twisted Love and Twisted Games, and you all know how much I love those books, so I am so excited to read Twisted Hate and Twisted Lies. It follows 4 best friends, Ava, Bridget, Stella, and Jules. The first book is Twisted Love, and that is Ava and Alex's book. The second book is Twisted Games, and that is Bridget and Reese's book. The third book that's coming out next year is Twisted Hate, and that's Jules and Josh's book. And then the fourth book that's also coming out next year is Twisted Lies, and that's going to be Stella and Christian's book. I am so excited. Twisted Hate is going to be an enemies with benefits. Are you joking? All of these couples are set up in the other books as well, so you get really excited for them. So Twisted Hate is coming out January 27th of next year. Twisted Lies does not have an exact date, but Anna Huang says it's going to be spring of 2022. These two, 100% so excited. Yes! As you guys know, I love Twisted Love, but Twisted Games is my absolute favorite, so let's see if maybe Twisted Hate or Twisted Lies tops that one for me. Also, a little bit about the Twisted series. The first book, Alex and Ava, it is brother's best friend, it is grumpy sunshine, it is trauma bonding, a little bit of forced proximity, experienced guy, innocent girl, billionaire romance, that entire vibe. Twisted Games, on the other hand, it is a forbidden romance, age gap, princess bodyguard, also a little bit grumpy sunshine, and then Twisted Hate is going to be an enemies with benefits, and then Twisted Lies no one knows much about. All I know is that Stella is a social media influencer. I don't know anything else, but I'm excited nonetheless. Next up has to be Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. Does not even have a cover yet. I just know that I will die for that book. I already know, because listen, the fine print is everything to me. I adore the fine print with all my heart. It is one of my favorite books, and that is the first book in the Dreamland Billionaires series. Terms and Conditions is going to be the second book in that series. The first book, the fine print, you meet Rowan Kane, and you see that he has brothers. They have all been given assignments by their grandfather who just passed away, and Rowan's was to take over the amusement park that he had called Dreamland, and that's where he meets Zara, and their story is amazing. I highly recommend. If you're into billionaire romances, groveling, grumpy sunshine, funny representation, everything is in that book. And Terms and Conditions is going to be about Rowan's brother Declan and his assistant Iris, and I know that there's an age gap. It's going to be an office romance. So excited. There is also no date for this one, but it says early 2022, so I imagine it is between January to like April, maybe. Lauren Asher, let me know. I'm so excited. You know what's funny? I could have literally showed you the fine print because I have it right there. I could have showed you Twisted Love, Twisted Games, but instead I'm just like sitting here not showing you them as if they're not right next to me. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, I've gathered my supplies now. Here's the fine print. This is what it looks like. Terms and Conditions is going to be the second one of this book. And here is Twisted Love and Twisted Games. Twisted Love is the first one. Twisted Games is the second one. There you go. I could have been holding these the entire time, but for some reason I chose not to, but here they are. From what I've seen, special edition covers haven't been released, of course. I don't know what they look like. From the colors, I assume the third one's going to be red and the fourth one's going to be green. So they're going to look so cute together. I'm so excited. Also, Terms and Conditions better be the same size as the fine print. If they're different sizes, I'm going to throw hands. Lauren Asher, are you listening? I'll throw hands. And I want it to be as pretty as the fine print. Look at this. Amazing. The next one I am so excited for. Probably one of the ones I'm most excited. It is The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas. Now listen, Elena Armas, she wrote The Spanish Love Deception, which is one of my favorite books of all time. I don't care what you think of it. I adore it with all my heart. Aaron and Lena, they own me. Aaron Blackford, I named my coffee after him. I named my shark stuffed animal after him. Aaron Sharkford, in case you haven't met him. Dare I say it, I love Aaron Blackford. So yes, I'm very excited for The American Roommate Experiment because listen, in this book you meet Rosie, who is Lena's best friend, and The American Roommate Experiment is going to be her story. The cover has not been released, neither has the blurb of what it's about, but I just know I'm excited. All that it says on Goodreads is, this is Rosie's story, a roommate's slow burn multicultural romance. I don't know, I'm so excited. You said slow burn? I said yes, please. Roommates, slow burn, and multicultural? I need nothing else. I'm there, Elena Armas. I'm there, yes. The next one, The Purest Addiction, Danielle Laurie. This is the fourth and final book in the Maid series. Dare I say it, I'm obsessed. The Sweetest Oblivion is the first one. It is Nico and Elena's story. Incredible. The second one is The Maddest Obsession. It's Christian and Gianna's story. Amazing. And the last one is The Darkest Temptation. It is Ronan and Mila's story. My favorite of all time. Yes. And then the fourth one is going to be The Purest Addiction. This is not the cover. Danielle Lori just posted this on her Instagram as like the fan art, but it's not what the cover is going to be. I'm assuming it's going to, you know, look like this, but probably red. And I'm so excited. It's about a character you meet in this book, Sebastian. So he is going to be who you follow in here. I have no idea who the girl is going to be, but I'm so excited. Did I say I'm excited? I'm so excited. Danielle Lori, sweetie, if you want to send it on over, open arms, baby. Open arms. Anybody who wants to send me arcs of these, like if you're watching, I'm here. You guys know my PO address. I am more than open to reading those books early. Yeah, I'll do you that solid. I'll let you know what I think. Next one, another one that does not have a cover yet, and that is Love on the Brain. No, not Rihanna, Ali Hazelwood. Here's the thing, on Goodreads, it says that it's the Love Hypothesis #2. Y'all know the Love Hypothesis. I adore this book. Go read it. It is so lighthearted, fun, but at the same time discusses important topics like sexual harassment in the workplace. It shows women in STEM. One of the best quotes of all time, carry yourself with the confidence of a mediocre white man. Yes, read this one. This one's going to be published August 23rd of 2022. And here's what Ali Hazelwood said about it. My next full-length book is titled Love on the Brain. The main character, B, is a neuroscientist who gets assigned to co-lead a NASA project with Levi. Levi or Levy? I'm not sure. A grumpy engineer she has a bit of a past with. She's convinced that he hates her and that he's going to try to sabotage her. Of course she's convinced of that. But not everything is as it seems. Of course it's not. And not everything that seems is. I'm sorry, what? Allie? What do you mean, my angel? I don't get it. Not everything that seems is. Oh wait, I get it. It makes sense. It just didn't register. So yeah, this book's gonna be about B and Levi, Levy, whatever you want to call him. So it's not technically a Love Hypothesis #2. I don't know why it says that on Goodreads, but I guess it kind of makes sense since it's still in the science field and all that. Maybe this is gonna be like a little series, and Ali Hazelwood will probably just do companion novels type of vibe. Whatever the case may be, I cannot wait to get my hands on it. These next three kind of all go together, and they are all by Ali Hazelwood. There are 3 novellas, Under One Roof, Below Zero, and Stuck With You. All by Ali Hazelwood, all novellas that I am dying for. Under One Roof comes out May 3rd of next year. Let me read you the description of this one. A scientist should never cohabitate with her annoyingly hot nemesis. It leads to combustion. Does it? Does it? What kind of combustion? Mara, Sadie, and Hannah are friends first, scientists always. Though their fields of study might take them to different corners of the world, they can all agree of this universal truth. When it comes to love and science, opposites attract and rivals make you burn. As an environmental engineer, Mara knows all about the delicate natures of ecosystems. They require balance and leaving the thermostat alone and not stealing someone else's food, and other rules Liam, her distasteful, big oil lawyer of a roommate, knows nothing about. Okay, sure, technically she's an interloper. Liam was already entrenched in his aunt's house, like some glowering, grumpy giant when Mara moved in with his big muscles and kissable mouth, just sitting here on the couch, tempting respectable scientists to the dark side. But Helena was her mentor, and Mara's not about to move out and give up her inheritance without a fight. The problem is, living with someone means getting to know them, and the more Mara finds out about Liam, the harder it is to loathe him, and the easier it is to love him. So those 3 best friends that I just read, Mara, Hannah, and Sadie, they're each getting a story, and that's what the 3 novellas is about. So the first one's going to follow Mara and Liam. Seems like a little enemies to lovers, forced proximity vibe. The next one is Below Zero, and that one comes out July 5th, 2022. And that one is going to be Hannah's story. Hannah's got a bad feeling about this. Not only has NASA aerospace engineer found herself injured and stranded at a remote Arctic research station, but the one person willing to undertake the hazardous rescue mission is her longtime rival. Ian has been many things to Hannah, the villain who tried to veto her expedition and ruin her career, the man who stars in her most deliciously lurid dreams, but he's never played the hero. And why does his presence seem just as dangerous to her heart as the coming snowstorm? Another enemies to lovers, another forced proximity. I'm dying over here. And the last one is Stuck With You, and that one comes out June 7th, 2022. Oh, it comes out before the other one. I should have gone in order. It's too late now. Anyway, this last one is Sadie's story. It says, logically, Sadie knows civil engineers are supposed to build bridges. However, as a woman of STEM, she also understands that variables can change. And when you're stuck for hours in a tiny New York elevator with the man who broke your heart, you earn the right to burn the brawny blonde bridge to the ground. Eric can apologize all he wants, but to quote her rebel leader, she'd just as soon kiss a Wookiee. Was that a Star Wars reference? I love Star Wars. Do you guys want to see my AirPod case? I'll show you later. It's Darth Vader. And we all know Ali Hazelwood's a Star Wars fan because this started off as a Kylo Ren and Rey fan fiction. Okay, I'm so excited. Ready? Not even the most sophisticated of Sadie's superstition rituals could have predicted such a disastrous reunion. But while she refuses to acknowledge the siren call of Eric's steely forearms or the way his voice softens when he offers her his sweater, Sadie can't help but wonder if there might be more layers to the cold-hearted nemesis than meets the eye. Maybe possibly even burned bridges can still be crossed. I am so excited for those 3 novellas. You have no idea. And they're so cute too. As of right now, they're only being released on Kindle when they come out. But I'm assuming that it's probably going to do really well. And Ali Hazelwood will release paperbacks because I need to own these. I need to have these on my shelf. They're so beautiful. Also, one more by Ali Hazelwood. It says it's coming out next year as well. It doesn't have an exact date. That is Loath to Love You. With that name, of course I need it. Ali Hazelwood has literally only published 1 book, and I would read anything she writes. So, don't argue with me. Same with Elena Armis. I would read anything she writes. Okay, y'all. These last 3 are books that I'm excited for, but that I haven't even started the series yet, but I already know I'm excited for it. Listen, the first one is the 7th Fallen Men book. It's not even titled, there's no release date, and there's no cover, but I already know I'm so excited. And listen, have I even read Fallen Men? No, but hear me out. I'm waiting to gather all of the Fallen Men books before I start, but I have these, which the first one is Lessons in Corruption. I know that it's like a teacher-student situation. I think she's older than he is. Then I have Welcome to the Dark Side, which is the one that I'm most anticipating. I feel like I'm gonna love this story. I heard it's a sad one, but I feel like I'm gonna adore every second of it. And then I have Good Gone Bad, which is the 3rd one. So once I have the other 3, I'm gonna start this series. This is the series that I've been most anticipating even before I owned any of these. Like when I first started reading dark romance, this was the series that I was like, I cannot wait to read this. I feel like I'm gonna rate basically all of these books 5 stars. I cannot wait to read them. I feel like that's why I've been pushing it so much, because I think it's gonna become one of my favorites ever. And then once I finish, it's done, and that's gonna hurt me. But this is my most anticipated read of all time. So obviously I know that I'm gonna get my hands on Fallen Men number 7. The reason why I'm so excited for these is not only because the story sounds super interesting, it follows a motorcycle club, and I don't mean to brag, but like basically I'm a professional in motorcycle clubs because I've watched Sons of Anarchy like 5 times. So basically I'm in the Sons MC. I don't make the rules. Jax Teller is my husband. No arguments. Honestly, I'm not even kidding. That's why I'm so excited for these. So yeah, Fallen Men 7 for sure. Next one, of course, Misfits Like Us, because it's part of the Like Us series. Next year, I'm going to read the Like Us series because, as you know, Addicted Calloway is my favorite series of all time, and I don't have any more Addicted Calloway to read. I'm on some kind of perfect right now, and I'm dying, like actually dying. I'm going to take a little break from this world because once like I stay in a world for too long, I forget what my real life is, and I need to touch some grass for a second. So I'm going to read some standalones, take a break, read some other series, and then I'm going to go into the Like Us series, which is about the Addicted Calloway's kids. I have these, which is, I have the first one, which is Damaged Like Us, and then I have the 3rd one, which is Alphas Like Us. So I'm going to get the rest, and definitely going to get Misfits Like Us. I'm very excited for that one. I heard that that's probably going to be like the best book. It's the one everybody's anticipating. So yes, say no more. I'm so excited. And lastly, for books I'm excited for, even though I haven't started the series yet, it is Running Wild by K.A. Tucker. So this book is going to come out January 25th of 2022, and I have these. Simple Wild's the first one. Then we have Wild at Heart, and then there's a novella, Forever Wild, as well. I'm so excited to have Running Wild on my collection, and I'm so excited to read this. I'm going to read it before winter is over, so I'm definitely going to read it in January. It just gives me that type of vibe. It just gives me fall, winter vibes. I cannot wait to read it. I feel like it's going to become one of my top reads, so I don't know. I'm very excited. So those are all of the romance books I'm excited to read in 2022. Before I finish this video, I have to say that another book I'm so excited to read, I will read it the second it comes comes out. It is not a romance, but it is the Atlas Paradox, and that is the second book to the Atlas 6. Hold on, here it is. Here is the Atlas 6, y'all. I loved this book. It has some of my favorite quotes. The premise of it is amazing. It is one of those books that it does take you a second to read. I feel like the wording is a little bit more difficult and the storyline gets a little bit confusing at first, but I adored this book. It is not a romance by any means. There is a little romance subplot, but like it's very little. But I am so excited to read the Atlas Paradox because the way this left off, I need it. And if there is no Libby Nico endgame, I'm throwing hands. Throwing hands. I said what I said. I'm so excited. Ready? One of my favorite quotes of all time. They were binary stars trapped in each other's gravitational field and easily diminished without each other's opposing force. What? Yes. I'm so excited for all of these books coming out in 2022. Definitely add them to your TBR. Let me know what you're most excited for in the comments below. Let me know if you liked this video. I hope you had a great day, besties. I love you. I love you. I love you.